Hey everyone, a nerd named Mark here, and this is kind of, I don't know how to describe this video. I'm going to talk about my collection and collecting, not going over what's in my collection, just from the standpoint of, like, I get asked so many times, like, hey, you got a lot of merch, what's your end goal? Or what's your end game? And I'm like, I don't know. And it wasn't until anecdote time, I'm organizing all my stuff again. The shelves are basically all empty and not moved around. I got the nano blocks over there because I got a third display case for those because I'm building so many of them and I got a backlog. So I was moving stuff around. As you know, I had my nice Ultraman shelf, manga, all the Blu-rays and DVDs, figures, this and that. And I was like, that's cool and all, but why are my movies over here? Yes, I have my TV and PS4 hooked up over here and my Switch, and I have, the Xbox, PlayStation, and everything over there on the TV over there, but I don't watch movies on this one. I usually play games. So, whenever I'm watching Ultraman, I have to take the DVDs or Blu-rays, I walk all the way over there, then come all the way back and put them away. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to put them over there. So, if you listen to my podcast, I don't talk about it, I'm getting married this month, so my fiance was sitting on the couch right over there. And I'm just like, we have the 3-tier glass, TV stand that holds the TV floating like against the wall. And I was like, all right, you know what? I have space on there. I'm going to go bring all my Ultraman DVDs and Blu-rays over there. Why not? So, carrying them over, put them just, boom, right in order. Obviously, because the Showa era ones have like the nice, if you get the thicker Blu-rays, not the steel books, they have the nice little mural that they make. This and that. And she's just looking, she's like, what is all that? And I'm like, wow, very aggressive for starters. Secondly, it's all my Ultraman Blu-rays and DVDs. She's like, how many do you have? And I'm like, I don't know, how many did Mill Creek and Subaraya release? And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I have them all. I have everything that's been released. And she's like, and why? I'm like, well, I watch them. She's like, you watched all of them? I'm like, no, not all of them. And then she's like, well, how many are you going to get? I'm like, I don't know, until probably every season and special and movie and Ultra Battle and this and that get released. And she's like, oh, okay. And she's like, so, later on, I'm organizing back stuff. I'm in a Discord call, and my friend's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, oh, organizing again, putting some stuff in the boxes and storage and this and that. He's like, how much stuff are you going to buy? And I'm like, good question. So I've been thinking about it. It's been like 2 days. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a video about this. I'm going to talk about why I collect, specifically what I collect, what I don't collect, and where, like, my goals. Because I do have specific goals with collecting. And, like, kind of like a branching overall idea of what I want to do. So I'm going to go over that. And to go over that, I'm going to break it down into sections. Because there are a lot of things to consider. So, for starters, Ultraman. I'm just going to start with Ultraman because that's what started the whole thing. Obviously, I want to get every season when they're released between Subaraya and Mill Creek. The manga, I got all 16 volumes that have been released. Hopefully, I do believe that before this year is over, volume 17 is going to be released. Mainly, I don't get a lot of stuff for Ultraman. I mean, I have some SH figure arts. I would like to get ones for my seasons and the shows I like. R&B, I want all the different forms, like Brown, Ruzo, stuff like that. Orb, Jeed, obviously. Like, wow, Belial, Primitive, Jeed, like, yeah. I do like a lot of the Converge motions from them. I do get some of the candy toy stuff from Ultraman. Not a lot. I got some vintage stuff, like remake stuff too, and I have all the pop vinyls and the glow in the dark one, which I don't even do Funko Pops, but I got the Ultraman ones. So Ultraman is kind of like the easiest way to like say, here, this is the kind of goals I have for this because it's very cut and dry. But then there's stuff like I've completed. So I've completed the NECA Toonie Terror line, which is basically NECA taking horror icons and kind of giving them that Saturday morning cartoon treatment. I have all those the 2 Loot Crate exclusive ones, the Chase variants, which is like the glow in the dark Nun. I have all those, so it's like that set actually as of right now. Everything that's been released, done. Except for that prototype Jason and I believe there's a prototype Freddy. It might be, or they might be reversed. There's a prototype one that was announced, and then due to some legal licensing issues, it never got released. I will buy that prototype. So if you have that prototype, or if you know where I can obtain it, I will buy it. But I'll be able to know if it's legit or not, or if it's something that you 3D printed and tried to sell me. But I will be able to know if it's the actual one, so don't try and swindle me. So yeah, I have that line done for everything released. The NECA movie reel line, I have all the Godzilla ones they released, which is the ones with like, the front-facing cover that opened that had the movie poster on it. I have I have every single one of those that was released, as well as the 2 different King Kongs, even though it was the same King Kong repainted based off of a magazine. So I have that done. That was easy. Those are easy things to finish. Now, when we go into Kamen Rider stuff, that's where it gets difficult, because I have certain like goals, and then there's kind of like shit just gets thrown out the window. So for starters, drivers. Coffee. I want one of every main rider driver. Not like secondary or tertiary, just the main marquee rider. So, thinking Sword Driver, Ghost Driver, Drives, Kamen Rider, Amazon, stuff like that. Now, I do get some secondary ones and tertiary ones. Obviously, I have the Demon's Driver, I have the Two-Side Driver, I have the Libero Driver. I've got freaking thousand Driver. I've got a lot of, especially from Ghost and Wizard. I have and Saber. I have Ghost and Wizard. I have every driver. And, not just main ones. But I do want to get all the main drivers. Now, from the question of DX, CSM, or the new Legend series, I'm okay if I have to get a lot of the Showa stuff as Legend drivers. Because, cost efficient, this and that. Obviously, if I get a DX driver, I'm not going to buy the CSM. Now, the question is, if I have a CSM, would I buy a DX? I don't know. I have the CSMs for Blade and Garen. And it's tough for me to open them, honestly, because of how expensive they were. I would probably hunt down a DX version of either one of those and actually put them on display. I really want the CSM for Kiva. I would get a regular one, but I want a CSM for that, because that looks so cool. But there are certain ones like driver. I just want main rider ones, because I want to eventually, when we have a house and this and that in the office area space, I want every single driver on display. I want it like that. A couple years ago when Bandai had the display case and they had all the drivers, and Team Kamen Rider and Bandai were tweeting out, and I was like, how much for the case? I want that setup. I want all those. I want the same thing. That's what I want to do. That's my goal. To have Kamen Rider. Now, gimmicks. Gimmicks are... That's a tough point. Because I keep telling myself I'm okay with just getting the main driver with a starting gimmick. Maybe the final form gimmick. And that's it. Wrong. So, Saber. I have... Outside of ones that come with... the other drivers, like Sabella, Darendal, Storio, stuff like that. I have every Wonder Ride book that's been released, even the Candy Toy GP ones for other riders and this and that. I have every stupid Wonder Ride book, every stupid damn gimmick, because I got addicted to gimmicks, and it's tough. Don't get addicted to gimmicks. And I told myself with Revice I was going to get the main belt. And then I saw George with the little, the Vice stamp holder. The little carrying thing. And I was like, that's cool. I want that. But then I was like, I can't just have that without filling it with all the core 10, Vice stamps. And I was like, all right, I'll get the 10 Vice stamps. There it is. Also, Ghost and Wizard. So I have, for Ghost, I have, the regular Ghost driver. I have the gold one, which I always forget the name of. I have the Necron one that goes on your arm and this and that. And I'm like, cool. And then, Ghost is one of my favorite seasons. If you saw my Heisei era rankings, Ghost is S tier. I bought a few icons. Like, the icons are so cool. I was like, wow, these things are actually not that hard to obtain from a price standpoint. I kept buying them. I have a lot of icons. I don't even know if I have all of them because, like, they're just in a box because I have so many. Same with Wizard. I have the regular Wizard, the White Wizard, and the Beast Driver. All three of them. And I was like, rings are cool. I was like, they're small. They don't take up space. Not thinking, how would I display all these rings? So, I have, like, literally, those, like, Ziploc freezer bags, the big ones that you put, like, meat in and food flavor, like, you seal it, you flavor lock it in. I have, like, 2 of those full of freaking rings. And I was like, and a lot of duplicates because, like, I was buying them in bulk because I thought it was easier than picking and choosing, like, individual rings. From a shipping standpoint, it's cost efficient. I mean, have you seen the inflation in the economy right now? I was like, in gas prices, I was like, no, I'm gonna buy these in bulk. So I have a shit ton of rings, and I don't want rings. There's so many. So I'm like, I keep telling myself, stop with the gimmicks. Like, no more. Please. So I'm trying really hard to, like, not get into gimmicks. Luckily, with Revice, I have stopped. I do have, the Barrett Rex and the Volcano attachment. And I have the Gifford Rex coming in. And, I have the Holy Wing one somewhere around here. I don't even know where it is. Like, I don't even know where the 2-side driver is. Oh, it's back there. Okay. So, I'm going to try with Geets or whatever it's called. I'm going to try not to do gimmicks. Like, at least with the older ones, I'm not getting gimmicks. So that's good. Like, I'm not. That's why the Legend series is, like, so nice. Because it does the sounds and this, that. And they can still be displayed. That's probably how I'm going to get a majority of the Showa and, like, Phase 1 Heisei. Like, things like Build, Decade, Gaim, stuff like that. That's fine. I mean, I have those already on DX, but, like, And then it goes into, like, movie stuff and this and that and gimmicks. And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I don't know where I want my collection to go. I just know what I'm collecting and what I'm not collecting. Like, if that makes sense. Kind of like with, like, Nano Blocks. Like, I'm only getting, the Demon Slayer anime ones, Dragon Ball Z and Super, and then I'm just getting Pokemon because I love Pokemon. So, same with more, the McFarlane toys. I'm getting all the My Hero stuff. So far, I have every My Hero one released. I have the gold label, all for one. I chase hunt. So, hopefully that give you guys some insight. Also, no, wait, we got to talk about the candy toys. Sodos. Obviously, I'm getting all the Sodos. Like, that's, yeah. So that's we know how that works. We don't even need to talk about that. If you watch my This Week in Candy Toys series, when I go over the Bandai blogs, I love me some Sodos. So, obviously, the candy toy ones, those, I'll say, for the detail and everything else, those are the best money you could spend. Because I spent, I think, with shipping from Japan, I spent about $60 a month. And you get the box, and it makes like 5 or 6 figures. And they're really detailed. If you watch some of my showcase videos for it, for like the Revice and like buys and some of the Saber ones that I actually decided to film, they look really good and they are worth the money. They're getting fully articulate. It's some point where you can do some good figure photography with them. Definitely look into that if you want figures. And also, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for after my wedding when I get back in the beginning of August for some stuff. So you might want to be on the lookout for a video about that. But like from a collecting standpoint, this is where I collect, I'm wishy-washy, honestly, with my collecting. So for, like, Rio Soldier, I got all the Zords, I got the Morpher, I got, some of the little key things, because I like those ones, because they fold in half, and they're better than the Dino Fury ones I got released here in the U.S. I have, Zen Kaiser. I don't even talk about Zen Kaiser that much, and I got the Geertlinger. I didn't collect any of the gears, but I did get all the mini Plaws and the Udos for that, and I haven't built half of them, because I don't have time. So, it's just, picking and choosing what I like, but I have no end goal, honestly. Because let's face it, if I get every DX driver or every like main rider driver and I have it all displayed at my office or whatever, guess what? I know there's another season coming out. Another driver. You know? It's kind of like comics. Like, I slowed down my comic book collecting because I'm at like 8,000 comics, but I have all key issues. I have issues that are worth a lot of money. So it's like, yeah, let's, I slowed down, but like, I'm not just going to be like, okay, sell my collection. I may one day, as an investment, sell it into like, get a house or something like that, because that's why I got it. Like, that's why I've kept them around still, even though I'm a collector and I love reading comics. But, I see it as, hey, I can make some money doing this too. But that's it. That's honestly how it is. That's, I have other stuff I collect. Like, I collect a lot of retro consoles and this and that. But that's another video for another time. I wanted to keep this strictly to, like, my Toku related merch. Also, Converge figures are also a great way to have high quality little figures for their price. But that's it for the video. I thank you guys for watching. I hope this clears up some of my collecting, because I know I just post photos and talk about new stuff I bought all the time. And if you go in any chronological order, it looks like I'm all over the place with what I'm buying. But really, there is a method to my Toku merch collecting. There are goals and certain things I'm specifically looking for. So I hope this clears up a lot of stuff. And if you ever have any questions about obtaining Toku merch, where to start, what's some good merch to get into that's high quality, good US related places to go, internationally, like sites, don't hesitate to ask. I've done videos about it too. I know a few other YouTubers have as well. So, don't hesitate to ask questions. I thank you guys for watching. I just realized I hit 600 subscribers last night. I thank every single one of you who has been subscribing to the channel, supporting the channel, whether you're commenting, liking the videos, disliking the videos. I see the dislikes. I know they're not public, but I see the dislikes on my end, and I know why you're disliking the videos. And I'm not gonna apologize for shit talking your favorite season when I rank the Heisei era Kamen Rider, okay? But yeah, I appreciate everything. Like I said, when I hit 500, I was gonna do a giveaway, and I did not expect to hit 600 so soon after hitting 500. But because of the wedding and everything else, I'm delaying the giveaway, and I got to figure out how to do a giveaway anyways. So I got to do some research and ask some of my friends who have done one before. I'll probably do that in August when I get back from the honeymoon. And I've got a lot of good stuff to give away. I've got some stuff here already, and I'm going to get some more stuff as well. But I thank you guys, like, so much. Like, I just appreciate it. So, I thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.